द आयरॉनिक शो क्लिप्स में आपका स्वागत है। कम टाइम में ज़्यादा सीखना है तो तुरंत सब्सक्राइब कर लें। Sir, UPI has been a magical innovation for us Indians. We are so proud of it because it's our own technology. But every technology brings it brings with itself a lot of threats and lot of opportunities for the wrong-minded people, if you have to put it that way. Now, in today's scenario, we get to hear a lot of this UPI and QR code related frauds, wherein they put in some bugs in the QR code, and your entire banking data and your money just goes away in a flash. So what steps are being taken to cater to this cybercrime, because it's on the rise, it's just booming. The cybercrime is booming in India right now. So what steps are being taken by NPCI, government and the RBI together to protect the citizens against these frauds, these QR code frauds and UPI frauds?
So I cannot comment about what step NPCI has taken because I'm no more in NPCI.
Yeah.
But let me throw some light about the fraud and the negative part of the whole ecosystem. You're right that the frauds are going very high. In fact, I was in Delhi and there was big meeting comment called law enforcement, the fintech,
Hmm.
the networks, and that show the government is worried about rising number of cybercrime, especially in
Right.
the financial fraud. However, that is literally a topmost priority for any bank, NPCI or network or RBI or the government or law enforcement. That is a
Hmm.
common priority for everybody. How to tackle this maniac of fraud by putting some control. But my overall experience because I have seen my career started at NPCI at 2010 and was there till end of 19. So in that 9 years, we got the best of the best product developed. We got
Right.
the best control in place. But at the same time, I have also seen the rise of cybercrime,
Yes.
just small ATM skimming of card at the ATM. From there to the large scale QR or UPI based fraud rising like anything. And today, I think the situation has gone far. Uh, I would not say worse, but naturally, the number of crime is going so much so high. Fraudsters
I
are coming with a very very innovative, kind of modus operandi by defrauding people. But I must tell you one thing very clearly. In my oral experience and
Hmm.
that with the data, because I had an opportunity to investigate hundred of thousand of
Hmm.
such cases while I was in NPCI, and also after that I'm very active in the cybercrime related activities. So in India, the number of frauds, overall fraud landscape, I am telling you, 70% of fraud happen out of greed, where you have no
Yes.
control. There is no technical solution for that. The moment you get somebody luring you that you will make your money double in 5 days or 10 days, you are just giving. I mean, I can tell you in last 2 3 months only, I have got at least 10 to 15 cases of people have invested in money
Hmm.
in the stock market based on the flash advertisement on WhatsApp or Instagram or the Facebook or social media. Now they are not applying their mind that if you want to really get money, there are legitimate way. You put it in proper, the stockbroker like ICICI Direct, or there are so many companies. Why you're going with this guy to whom you don't know even,
Yeah.
and you are expecting that fellow will make your money double? From there to multiple such scenarios where I have seen people are blindly trusting people and giving the money, giving the OTP, giving their password, giving everything to that guy, and they end up losing their money. So the greed prevail on anything and everything today on the cybercrime. Number of rising cybercrime is a greed. 70% is out of greed. 15% are out of ignorance. People don't care. They don't care. Oh, phone pe baat karte karte,
Hmm.
they are giving so many information to people which is not required. But But I've seen cases where people are entering to ATM, they are talking over call or phone with somebody. They will forget to collect the cash. Next they'll come and there is a fraud with me. I mean, this is very rudimentary, but
Yeah.
same thing happen. Same thing happen when people gives, you know, today. I mean, they may have some problem with the bank or some dispute is there. They put it on Facebook or sorry on Twitter, tagging to the chairman of the bank, the law enforcement, honorable finance minister. Their public saying was there is a fraud happened with me. मेरे अकाउंट में इतना पैसा चला गया. Now of course, law enforcement and regulator and everybody take note of it, but they can't reach out to everybody immediately, right? There are 1.5 billion population in the country.
Hmm.
You can't expect that the chairman of the bank is just sitting for you and you pick up a call immediately and call you that what happened with you. But the other side, the protesters are waiting for such opportunity.
Hmm.
They call you that, and they pretend that I'm calling from XYZ bank,
Right.
and you have this problem. I'm there to help you. Now that ignorance, that they never ever, the victim never apply that. Okay, who is this guy? Do I have way to cross verify this guy's
Hmm.
identity? No. Rather, I have seen people they take pride कि बॉस देखो लगा है ना बैंक अभी एक ट्वीट किया तो बैंक वाले दौड़ते हो गए मेरे लिए.
Yeah.
They take pride of this, but that's not the reality. That's the protester calling from SBI is not calling from SBI. वो कहीं जामतारा में झाड़ पे बैठ के फोन लगा रहा है आपको, and we fall prey into debt. We give everything. That is 12 to 15%. Now the large part is out of fear. The moment you create a fear, people are literally helpless. So far I have seen that fear created that यार आपका मोबाइल बंद हो जाएगा, आप आपका केवाईसी नहीं हुआ है, मोबाइल बंद हो जाएगा. Today no one can take a smallest of the smallest person of the society. एक बार मोबाइल बंद हो गया, then they feel it is their lifeline is cut. That
Hmm.
is true for me also. That is true for you also, or that is true for street vendor. Because we are so much so dependent on mobile. So that fear is created. You are end up giving everything. The moment you say your बैंक अकाउंट आपका बैंक अकाउंट में केवाईसी नहीं हुआ, बैंक अकाउंट बंद हो जाएगा. Again, there's a fear. Today, the new modus operandi started. The fear is like, unfortunately, one lady in Mumbai, she lost 25 crore rupees. It's an
Wow.
unimaginable amount. There was a fear that she got call from so-called courier company, and your parcel is intercepted by the agencies and it has drugs and so what not. And she was under literally digital arrest for many days. That fear, people, of course, I have full sympathy of this kind of people, because
Hmm.
when you are under fear, you hardly get the chance to think. But after some time you should realize that okay, it's not a legitimate one, it's something fraud is happening with me.
Hmm.
Now all these cases, greed, ignorance and
And
fear,
fear.
which I call GIF effect. In that GIF effect, technology has very minimal role to play. This fraud cannot be detected or stopped by technology alone. You're giving a username password, like the RBI has well thought security layer in way back in 2008, second factor authentication, but what you have and what you know, that was further strengthened by OTP. Right now you are giving everything to the fraudster. How are you
Hmm.
going to stop the fraud? So cybercrime, definitely it has gone in right. I think, of course, there are technical issues also. I'm not saying that there's no technical issues. There are technical challenges, and because of that people are losing money, which is well within the kind of legality of regulatory balance, and banks are compensating to such frauds. But when
Hmm.
it is induced by customer, it is it is not bank's fault. आप जेब
Right.
में wallet लेके घूमते हो, you keep your wallet somewhere, you will not. But why are you not having that same methodology or mentality while doing digital banking transaction? That's the only simple thing people are not understanding. And till the time the great awareness is created among the society, I think law enforcement, the government, the RBI, the agencies, the banks, everybody is concerned that how we can minimize. But it is equally important for the society also to think that what is legitimate, what is illegitimate, where we need to share data, where we should stop our greed, because greed is endless, right? So to summarize my viewpoint about cybercrime is definitely rising like anything, and it is not only in India; it is worldwide. Okay, one should not.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's good point that the in terms of if I have to compare the card and UPI era, because I'm since we are talking about India, so card based frauds are kind of 30 bips or 30 bips on an average fraud to sales to fraud ratio. So that is the overall worldwide average of number of fraud happen, right? So it means that at least 3 to 5 transaction per 100 transaction is a fraudulent globally. Whereas in India with UPI in place, that number is zero point 0.3. So three transaction out of 100
Mm.
vis-a-vis three transaction out of 1,000. So fraud to sales ratio is very, very lower in India. But the problem is, look at the number of transaction. Look at the people
You're right.
doing, I mean, you can't compare Indian population or Indian banking population vis-a-vis the small country in Europe, which has only 10 lakh people doing banking transaction. So because of that, it looks a scenario is bigger in terms of number of frauds. But having said so, cybercrime has literally created kind of critical impact on the law enforcement side, the regulatory side, the bank side, and it's not going to be solved unless people awareness and tech solution come together and try
Mm.
to minimize certain things.
अगर आपको ये क्लिप अच्छा लगा तो इस चैनल के बाकी क्लिप्स को भी जरूर देखें और सीखते रहें।